center your being, center your physical being, get comfortable. Feel the weight of your body, your beautiful body. Love your body by supporting it and allowing it to be supported in this sitting position, whatever's comfortable for you, whatever helps you to bring attention to the deepest parts of your being, to not be distracted by physical discomfort, needing to fidget or adjust, but settle in, wiggle around a little bit, find your seat, shrug your shoulders, let your spine articulate, move around. And then as you feel your hips settle, let your spine rise up out of the hips. And that rising up out of the hips will help to create a posture that will support your meditation. So let your head rise up at the end of that. And feel your chin come up. Your shoulders, wiggle your shoulders around. And take a nice deep breath. And close your eyes if they're not closed. Have your hands in your lap. And just feel the sensation of comfort that you're in your meditation position. And this is the only place you'd like to be right now, the only place you want to be. Let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose, a nice, slow, controlled, but powerful breath with the intention of filling our lungs from top to bottom. So breathe in through your nose. Together now. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you hold the breath in for just a moment, feel how it makes your spine erect even more. That your back comes up, your chest comes out, and you filled your whole body with air from the bottom of the lungs to the top. Not in a painful way, but just in a deeply fulfilling way. And then release the breath out of your mouth. First, by just relaxing and opening the passage of air. Allow the breath to escape your lungs. And then as we get towards the end with a little push, to a count of 5, 3, 4, 5. We'll pause just for a moment with empty lungs. And try to relax even into that sensation of not having air in your lungs. And take another breath in through the nose, breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Opening and expanding. Again, feeling the whole body just come alive. Rise up, chest awake and alive with air, prana, shakti. And release the breath out of your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're starting to feel a rhythm. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breath coming in, filling up, spine straightening. And then release the breath out of the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring the breath in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spine rising all the way up out of the hips. The shoulders are back. The head is up. The chin is up. You're beaming. And then release the air out of your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now your attention is turned only on the breath, is feeling the breath coming in and out, that sensation of air moving in and out, the way it feels in your body, tasting the air. So continue to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and release the breath out of the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now continue this rhythm on your own. This percentage, this proportion of in-breath to out-breath, continue to maintain that proportion, but in your own way, with your own pace. And keep your attention, your mind turned towards the breath for the moment. Just watching the breath come in and out. Feeling the body alive. Feeling the body awaken. Feeling the effect of bringing in prana, shakti, spirit from the atmosphere into your body. And let it make you even more alive and awake. And just find your own rhythm. Again, maintaining that proportion of in-breath to out-breath. Keeping a nice, stately pace. Filling the lungs fully. Eyes closed, resting into the breath. That is, with all of your consciousness and all of your awareness turned towards the breath. You're building a habit or a sensation of finding peace inside the breath, inside your being. And as your mind and your being turn towards the breath, and you continue this beautiful rhythm, start to notice a little bit of an uplift. The body straightens up and rises up even a little more out of the hips. The spine opens, takes a beautiful posture and raises it even more. And this sense of joy comes in with the breath. Your natural state is joy. Your natural state is peace and harmony. And as you breathe in this way, with this intent, with this purpose, bringing in of the air creates a deeper sense of joy inside, because you're clearing away the clutter of distraction. You're remembering that your true nature is joy. Your true nature is peace. And that the politics and the problems and the finances, the bodily aches and pains are just layers of distraction. And as you go deeper, that ever-present joy reveals itself. And there's an uplift, a smile, an inner smile, a sense of well-being that you're tapping into a sense of well-being that is your birthright. So tap into that space. And just for the moment, be willing to let go of all the work of your human, your specific interests, your specific tasks, your responsibilities. You can get back to those. But this tapping into the power of your joy is exactly that. This prana, this energy, this shakti that you feel from the breath, from the going inward, from the finding of your center, it's going to source. It's going to the source of your energy, consciousness that has been present with you since before your birth and will be with you even after you leave this body, because that's what it is that leaves the body. This energy, this joy that you're tapping into is the animation of this physical being that you're riding around in. And by tapping into this joy and this presence, you are fueling yourself with creativity and power, sensitivity and love for the work that you've been assigned on this planet, for the work that you've been given as a human in this realm. So breathe and relax. And if your attention has wandered from the breath coming in and the breath going out, refocus. Your awareness of breath will create room for the rising of that energy. So focus on breath for yet another minute, 2 minutes. Let the rising of the energy accompany that steadiness of the breath. This quietness, this wisdom of the silence is the source of your true genius. It's the space of tapping into consciousness. And this beautiful breath. It's creating that opportunity. And this place of posture and breath and awareness you're finding the truth of who you are. And in this space, you can remind yourself of how powerful you really are. You can remind yourself the truth of who you are. So bring that breath in. And notice the rhythm that you've created consistent timed in breaths, consistently timed out breaths, your own beautiful rhythm. That sense of releasing physical stress from your body. If you notice tension being held anywhere in your physical form, letting the intake and expulsion of breath bring prana to the tension and release of the tension. And if there's a bit of sadness or problem, a layer of difficulty in your awareness, let the breath move into that too. Difficulties, challenges are present for everyone, for every human that's ever walked the earth. And the ones who are especially effective at dealing with external problems, internal difficulties, started by tapping into this deep inner wellspring of energy. So this breath, the pace of breath, the posture, the centering, are a gathering of your resources. Again, you're reestablishing that birthright of peace and the energy of joy. We all create our own reality. We all create the solutions to the blockages of energy that hold us back. And in this space of breath and contemplation and depth, you're accessing the deepest brilliance that any human has, that of going to pure consciousness. And meditation is as much about clearing energy, clearing our own distractions, as it is about, once having cleared those distractions, finding the source of our authenticity. And once having found the source of authenticity, there's no fear of judgment. There's no need for validation from the outside world. There's no sense of not being good enough. Lack of belief, a sense of lack of power are all lies. They're distractions, they're samskaras. They can be deeply embedded, but this process of breathing and turning your attention inward will bring you to a place of being open to release of those old samskaras, those old tensions, those old tightnesses. At some points you'll feel tension and holding in your stomach. Perhaps you'll feel it in your heart. Feel it in your throat. These are all stages of the journey. And sometimes it will feel like there's been a cement block just placed in your chest, in your heart cavity, a place of depression, darkness, fear, anxiety, overwhelming challenge. But the purpose of this life is to breathe, to see that sense of difficulty, that sense of blockage, and use the breath to let it go. And in this awareness, you feel fully the source and the point of origin of that pain. But you feel it as an energy that can be released. It can be a mass exodus of all the events in life that contributed to it. It's an offloading of all the little things that built that blockage. But the practice of meditation is the same no matter what stage you're in, what you're going through energetically, what you're feeling, whether the mind is serene or distracted, and the thoughts are few or the thoughts are overwhelming. It's the basics of working with yourself, of going deep to your own energy source, habitually building a practice that allows you to access core source energy of consciousness, to get as close as you can to the only authentic self you have, your soul. So focus back to the breath. Feel it moving in, taking you deeper with every in-breath, and feel it moving out, cleansing, detoxifying with every exhalation. The practice is the same. It will feel different on different days. No day is better than another. No day is more important than any other. This consistency of practice and effort is what creates a steady arc of growth. You're tapping into the deep, irrepressible energy and allowing its space to arise within you, merely by creating the space for it to do so. You're uncapping your energy source and letting the pureness of your being flow forth, rising up and creating beauty to reveal your own truth, your own power, to be the inspiration you were meant to be, to find and be the love that you are. So work this habit, build this power, build up your spiritual resiliency, and tap into your core, your consciousness, your soul, the only source of energy and intelligence and inspiration that you'll ever need. And life will support you. Life will rise to meet you from the pureness of your magnetic energy. Have a beautiful day. Stay in practice. Continue to breathe and love yourself. Love yourself for the work that you put in. Thank you.